For ACUsports.com, I'm Grant Boone here talking some women's hoops after a thrilling 75-74 win over Southeastern Louisiana with sophomore Sydney Shelstead and head coach Julie Goodenough. Sydney, let's begin with you. You had it all along, right? Piece of cake.
Of course, we had it all along. We knew we were going to win going into the game.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, so they get 3 shots in the final 8 seconds. I mean, just like you drew it up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as we come home with a win, that's all that matters.
And you did, and it was a big win. So take me through those frenetic few seconds.
As we talked with the 6 seconds left go, it felt like minutes.
Yeah.
But we just knew that it could not go in the paint, and that's where they were throwing it. So we knew, suck it in, and even if they throw it out, that's longer for their shot. It's harder, and we got the pass, got a deflection, and then we jumped on the ball to win the game.
47-41 at half. You rallied from 6 points down. You were down 10 at one point. What was the difference from first half to second half?
We just had to keep plugging away and make defensive stops. That was the number one key, was to get the defensive stops, because defense wins games. So with the defense, then that pushes us on transition. We got a lot of points because we would make a stop and we would go and score. And we made a run. I know I don't know how much it was, but we had a late run in the game that I think helped us win the game. 17-15 for Sydney Shelstead, coach. One of 4 players for your team that scored in double digits. One of 2 players with double-doubles in the game. And I thought against a player like Nana Poole, Jamaica Hoskins is terrific as well. Those are not easy rebounds they were getting.
No, they're not. I mean, they've got to be very intentional about going after every rebound. Our game plan was to get the ball inside. We knew they were going to play behind our post players, and we needed our post players to be tough and go up and score. We scored 49 points in the paint tonight, and kind of went away from shooting as many threes. We tried to get the ball inside as much as we could, and then we could kick it back out. But Lizzie and Sydney, I mean, they took some hard knocks all night long and still demanded the ball inside, and just thought they played extremely tough.
You always say three-pointers, layups, and free throws, right?
Absolutely.
You got the free throws, you got the layups. 14 threes attempted, the fewest by 8 of any game this year. But as you say, that was part of the game plan, right?
It was. We were intentional about getting the ball inside, whether it was to drive it or kick it inside to our post. And, if it came back out, we were shot ready. But Lizzie, Sydney, Susie, Madison Parker, Sierra, I mean, our post players wanted the ball inside. They played huge minutes for us. I think the difference in the first half and the second half is we had to sit Sydney and Susie for a while,
right.
and it really takes a lot away from our rebounding ability. But I felt like that we sustained pretty well without them in the game. And when we came back in, just to echo what Sydney said, our defensive stops allowed us to get some high percentage shots in transition.
Finally, it seems like every night in the Southland Conference, it's going to come down to the wire. You've been on the wrong end of that a couple of times, but in the last 3 close games you've had now, you've won a couple of them. You beat Houston Baptist, now this one. Does it build positive muscle and mental muscle memory?
I think so. I think our players just have to believe in themselves, believe in their teammates, and in our game plan, and just follow through. And there's a lot of pressure on you in those late minutes in the game or late seconds in the game when the game is on the line. And, I know people are sitting on the edges of their seat up in the bleachers, but they're not the ones that have to make the perfect pass and hit the shot. And, there's a lot of pressure on these young ladies, and they just showed a lot of poise down the stretch when we need to get a stop. It was the most physical 6 seconds, I think, just trying to break up their out-of-bounds plays and do that without fouling, without giving up an open shot. So just really proud of their effort for the whole game, but that last 6 seconds took some real toughness and guts just to get it done.
Huge win for ACU today. They knock off Southeastern Louisiana. They leapfrog the Lady Lions in the conference standings, 75-74, the final, thanks in large part to 17-15 from Sydney Shelstead. For Sydney and for Coach Goodenough, I'm Grant Boone for ACUsports.com.